Welcome back. Nationally recognized broadcast journalist Tamron Hall has joined me. And earlier this year, Tamron, you were here to talk with us about the Purple Leash project, and we're going to get back to that in just a moment. But first, October is, of course, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So tell us a little bit about your advocacy work for that cause.
Well, thank you for having me again, Betsy. This is an extension of work that I've done over the years after the death of my sister and resolving a lot of guilt, honestly, that I felt and members of my family. We looked for ways to use our voice and use my platform to help other families. And in 2009, Purina and Red Rover approached me with a statistic that I'd never heard in my 30 years of reporting. And that number is that 48% of people who live in homes where there is violence, they don't leave because they are unable to take their pets with them. And it's not as if shelters around the country don't want to bring in that fur family member. They're not equipped to do it. Okay. So we thought, this is an underreported story. This is an underreported part of the domestic violence efforts or to fight domestic violence. And so here I am today as a part of this and as an extension of the work that I've been doing.
Well, obviously it's so important, and that is quite the statistic. Really, we've got to do something to eliminate that problem for these people to get out of their situation. And so tell us a little bit some more details about the Purple Leash Project and how we can help shelters become pet friendly.
Well, first I say, I ask people to go to purpleleashproject.com, and that's where you'll see where you can donate or even wear purple in the month of October as solidarity. The goal is by the year 2025 to have 25% of the shelters in the country equipped to take in pets. What does that mean? Well, that means, of course, dog runs in the back, areas inside where cats can have cat things, and that fur family member can be welcomed into safety just as their human loved one. And I don't take this lightly, Betsy. I have a son who's 2.5 years old, but prior to Moses, my baby was my dog, May Love, who I shared every day of my life with for 13 years. In fact, she was in last year's social media campaign that I posted, bringing awareness to it. And I love them both. I know people don't like to compare children to pets, but for me, I can tell you my personal journey included unconditional love for both of them. And I think about the mothers and the fathers and the survivors who have to make that decision of leaving that pet behind or having to answer the question of their child, why can't we take our dog with us? So we want to provide grants for shelters around the country. This year, we've provided 10 already to help them become equipped to take in the entire family to safety.
So let's touch on that a little bit more. You said you've impacted or given 10 grants so far. So over this last year with the project, how have you been able to impact this issue?
Well, the 10 grants have gone to shelters in Ohio, Maine, Virginia, for example, and they are able to then retrofit areas or build new areas where the pets can come in. When we started, this was around 10% of the shelters were equipped to take in pets. We're at 15% just in 2 years. Now that's growth, and we want to continue up the ladder so that as many as possible, will know about this issue, and as many shelters who are able to make this change and accommodate pets are able to get that help. So we're looking at legislation, we are looking at grassroots efforts to just get the word out, because you and I both know as journalists, that's how it starts, the grassroots, just spreading the word. Because I can assure you, 1 in 3 women, 1 in 4 men will experience some form of domestic violence. And that is not the person in the next neighborhood. That's not the person in the next community. That's someone you work with. That's someone you go to church with. That's someone in your family. So this is about all of us.
Absolutely. And so, with that said, how can viewers help and how can we get this going more?
Go to purpleleashproject.com. There you will see ways you can donate. As I said, we all love social media now. Take to your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook. Spread the word. If you don't want to post a picture of yourself, that's okay. If you have a pet, put a little purple leash on them and post that picture. We all love a cute pet picture. Absolutely. So it doesn't have to just be a financial show of support. It is what we're doing right now, talking about it, because the best way to deal with things is to get them out of the dark and into the light.
Well, Tamron, thank you so much for being with me again. It was a pleasure, as always, to see you.
Thank you, Betsy.
Thanks to my guests for all their information and insights today. Thank you to my wardrobe sponsor, SM Bradford Company and Currents, for today's look. My production team of Joe Keith, Jeremy Pope, Latia Nelson, and Jessa Jeremiah are behind the scenes to make all of this possible. And of course, we are honored that you have chosen to share part of your day with us. We wish you all the best until we meet again for the next Bluffton News.